Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to The Athletic, Christian Eriksen verbally agrees to join Man United. Christian Eriksen will sign a 3-year contract. Christian Eriksen's medical has already been scheduled. The second half of last season, Eriksen was on loan with Brentford. Brentford got Eriksen back in January. When he officially signed for Brentford, he signed a 6-month contract. Before his loan spell with Brentford, Eriksen was at Inter Milan. Before then, he was at Tottenham. He was a long-serving player at Tottenham. And when he was younger, he played for Ajax. Revert back to Euro 2020, Christian Eriksen collapsed because he suffered a cardiac arrest. Christian Eriksen is predominantly an attacking midfielder. Now, I want to give you some more news on Cristiano Ronaldo. So, Cristiano Ronaldo misses Man United training due to family reasons. Recently, Cristiano Ronaldo asked Manchester United to let him leave, but Man United insist Cristiano Ronaldo isn't for sale. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There is an option to extend for a further year. He's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He earns £480,000 a week. Man United re-signed Ronaldo last year from Juventus. Ronaldo is in his second spell at Man United. Since Ronaldo re-signed, he's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He has 24 goals in all competitions. Not so long ago, he won the Goal of the Season award and he got named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year. He's got a very good pedigree as a player because he's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo missed Man United's final game against Crystal Palace at the end of last season because he picked up a hip injury. Ronaldo, not so long ago, did mention that he's unhappy over the lack of progress with transfers. You know the news on Lisandro Martinez. Narratives have recently said that Man United have made an improved 40 million bid for Lisandro Martinez. Man United are ahead of Arsenal in the pursuit of Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez wants a move to Man United. So we're trying to hijack Arsenal's move. Arsenal have made like 3 attempts to get Lisandro Martinez. Ajax have turned down 2 offers from Arsenal. Martinez is at Ajax. He's a defender. He can also be deployed as a midfielder. Tyrell Malacia is going to be the first signing of the summer for Man United, and he's going to be the first signing of the Erik Ten Hag era. Recently, it's said that Tyrell Malacia will complete his move to Man United and he will undergo a medical. You know, Tyrell Malacia agreed personal terms with Man United. There's a lot of players that Ten Hag wants to recommend to the club. Earlier on this year, Ten Hag's transfer budget got revealed. Ten Hag is going to get rid of a lot of players as well. We've seen players leave this year on 3 transfers. Not so long ago, Juan Mata left Manchester United on a free transfer. Earlier on this year, Edinson Cavani left Man United. Lingard left. Matic left. Roma have got Matic now, so Matic is now reuniting with Jose Mourinho. Pogba, of course, left Man United on a free transfer. He's gone back to Juventus. Dean Henderson, he recently went out on loan to Nottingham Forest. Earlier on this year, Lee Grant retired. So there you go. And more players will be leaving Manchester United. Alex Telles, he's on his way out of the club. Eric Bailly, I initially thought he was going to be leaving, now apparently he wants to stay. He recently said that Fulham wanted Eric Bailly on loan with an option to buy. Phil Jones, he's on his way out of the club as well. Amon Wan-Bissaka's on his way out of the club. Man United are looking to sell Anthony Martial to raise funds. Last season, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. We're looking to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. Pereira wants a permanent switch to Flamengo. Last season he was out on loan with Flamengo. At one point, Pereira was out on loan with Lazio. Next year, players will leave Manchester United. Next year, Harry Maguire will leave. He won't leave this year because he's already confirmed he's staying. Rashford could leave next year if he doesn't pick up form and he doesn't stop getting injuries. Luke Shaw, he's another one who could leave next year. Diego Dalot, I think, could leave next year. I think Tom Eaton will leave next year. Lindelof, I think, will leave next year. Fred will leave next year. So there you go. But there is a lot of players that will stay at Manchester United. You know, David De Gea will stay. Sensational goalkeeper. De Gea was superb last season. Varane will stay. Donny van de Beek will stay. Last season he was out on loan with Everton, but now he's back at Man United. Bruno Fernandes will stay. Jadon Sancho, he'll stay as well. Sancho does deserve at least another season. Anthony Elanga, he will stay at the club. He's still young. Garnacho will stay. Hannibal Mejbri will stay. Mejbri made his first start in the final game against Crystal Palace at the end of last season. Brandon Williams will probably stay. Last season he was out on loan with Norwich. Imad Diallo, I think he'll stay. Don't forget last season he was out on loan with Rangers. And looks like Eric Bailly's staying now. So there you go. Erik ten Hag, this is the first time he's experiencing the Premier League. I'm hoping at Man United, Ten Hag can replicate what he did at Ajax, because you've got to admire what he did at Ajax, because at Ajax he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, developed the young players well. Revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. Before, Ten Hag managed Utrecht, Bayern Munich's reserves and Go Ahead Eagles. But, like I've said before, the Premier League is totally different to the Dutch League. Ten Hag is aware that he's got to exceed expectations. Don't forget, Ten Hag attended Man United's final game against Crystal Palace at the end of last season. Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren are working alongside Ten Hag at Man United. Earlier on this year, it got officially announced that Ten Hag got appointed in as the new Man United manager. He replaced Ralf Rangnick. Ten Hag's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option to extend for a further year. Earlier on this year, Ralf Rangnick left Manchester United. So obviously it said he wouldn't take up the consultancy role. Rangnick did get appointed in as the new head coach of Austria. Rangnick was Man United's interim manager for around 5 months. He only enjoyed one transfer window as Man United's interim manager and unfortunately didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. When we had Rangnick, he did make changes because he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. At one point, Ralf Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Manchester United have let 5 managers go since Sir Alex Ferguson. Obviously, Man United sacked David Moyes after like 10 months. He enjoyed a short managerial tenure at Man United. And then obviously after Moyes, Man United had Louis van Gaal. We sacked Louis van Gaal after like 2 years. Man United won the FA Cup under him. And then after that, Man United had Jose Mourinho, had him for 2.5 years. He did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. And that was the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Community Shield. But the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. After Mourinho, Man United had Solskjaer. Solskjaer got sacked in November last year. He was the Man United manager though for almost 3 years. Despite him getting sacked, Solskjaer, back in November last year, we all still adore him because at the end of the day he's a legend at the club. Solskjaer was a great player for Man United. He enjoyed 11 years as a player. He made 366 appearances and scored 126 goals as a player. His most iconic moment as a player was when he scored the winning goal in the Champions League final back in 1999 because he won the club the treble. There was positives to take from Solskjaer's managerial tenure because he did get us to semi-finals and he got us to the Europa League final. In his first full season got us a 3rd place finish, in his second full season got us a 2nd place finish. So yeah, and after Solskjaer, Man United had Rangnick, and like I said earlier on in the video, earlier on this year, he left. The Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The vast majority of Man United fans have been very critical of the Glazers now for quite some time. And for a while, the vast majority of Man United fans were protesting against the Glazers. Don't forget, not so long ago, the Glazers taken 11 million out for dividends. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 17 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. We've got Richard Arnold as well at Man United. He replaced Ed Woodward back in February. Don't forget, revert back to a few weeks ago, like I updated you, Richard Arnold spoke to some Man United fans at his local pub in order to stop protests against the owners of the club outside of his home. And I already went through with you some of the things that Richard Arnold mentioned. He said that money's been burnt away in the last 5 years. He also said that money's there to spend for Man United this summer, and he said last season was a nightmare, and at the time he spoke about Man United's pursuit of Frankie de Jong. But I respected him for coming out and doing that a few weeks ago. Last season, Man United enjoyed their worst ever Premier League season in terms of points. Man United finished on just 58 points last season. Last season finished 6th. Man United are in the Europa League for the upcoming season. And as things stand, Man United have not won a trophy for 5 years. What?
Don't eat that one, it's not warm.
I'm too warm.
It's not warm.
Bev, I'm too warm.
It's not warm, Charlie.
It is.
No, it ain't.
I'm warm.
It's not warm.
It ain't warm.
No.
I feel warm. As I was saying, yeah, Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very soon.